Hello, guys. Welcome, everybody, to Purple Haze Podcast. I am your lovely host, Isaac, here. So, the Vikings, they will be taking on the Las Vegas Raiders in Sin City at Allegiant Stadium. And the Vikings, after the bye week, a much needed break for the Vikings. And we'll go ahead and break it down and just see what the Vikings can do to obtain victory at. And by the way, it's at 3 o'clock, but we'll see. Let's starting with the Raiders defense. I mean, it's unknown right now at this point where the Raiders they have Marcus Peters who is out. I'm not sure what Max Crosby is, but Max Crosby is one of the probably big pass rushers of this league. He's one of the best out there, man. I mean, he's very tough, which I do not know if he is going to play against the Vikings. I do not know really. But we will see how it goes though right now, but here's basically I'm not really sure if they have any like spot on like players as far as I'm concerned. Like Spillane, I don't know if they have I'm actually thinking that they have I'm not sure if they had Chandler Jones out there. I'm not sure really I'm not really familiar with the Raiders defense really, but they're still solid nonetheless. Really, they're still very solid, but here's basically the Vikings is that you need to take care of the ball, really. You really, really need to take care of the ball as far as I'm concerned against this Raiders defense because I don't know if they're really going to get after him, really. But for Josh Dobbs, he needs to take care of the ball, just make the right decisions, We'll see how he does with Justin Jefferson in there in the mix now, which helps. But we'll see what raw talent he has himself, though. But we will see how it goes with Joshua Dobbs. And for like the running game, you're gonna have to go off with basically. I've been saying this, put Ty Chandler in, which I don't think that's gonna happen, but whatever. But basically, you're gonna have to get as much yards as you can, and the offensive line. I mean, they need to step up after the Bears game because they were not at all that good, really. And for Kevin O'Connell, he needs to really stop playing scared. Straight up, if he wants to not give up play calling to anyone else, then he's going to have to do it himself to be aggressive and put a game away when he needs to. And also to maximize the Joshua Dobbs where he needs to get outside the pocket, have some fake quarterback draws, do whatever you need to help Joshua Dobbs out. Don't roll out the Kirk Cousins, playbook or something. Don't roll with that really. So basically those are my takes of the Raiders. I mean, and also their weakness also is might be in the secondary where they don't have as much elite players as I think, but you can definitely get the wide receivers open and get them separation. So you should be able to do that. As for the Raiders offense, to me, Aiden O'Connell, he's almost, I would say, if I don't know if this is a correct depiction of Aiden O'Connell, but he's similar to Jameis Winston, who for every touchdown he throws an interception or turns the ball over, which he will do that. So it is going to help. And also, basically the big playmakers, you got Josh Jacobs at running back. He hasn't had the best season, but he's still very good though still. And for the wide receiving group, they're a bit underrated, maybe except for Devonte Adams, who's their best, who still continues to be. He still has over 800 yards, really. Still when he's given the ball, he still is a threat. And Jacoby Myers, and Michael Mayer and Hunter Renfro, they can make some plays here and there when they're available, but sometimes they're not always like the playmakers that they will. Because let me just overall overall, the offense of the Raiders is not really good, really similar to the Vikings. They're not that good because I believe they're 27th in turnovers as far as I'm concerned. But so for the Vikings, they're going to have to eliminate the weaknesses, and basically they're going to have to take away Devonte Adams as much as you can, because once you let him dice you up, it's going to be a long game but you basically maybe need a safety help, maybe Cam Bynum, maybe Harrison Smith, or Josh Metellus to help out the cornerback really on Devonte Adams, because one-on-one is really not going to really work on him. So you're really going to have to stop him. And also another threat is Josh Jacobs, is because he's given the ball. I mean, the Vikings' run defense has been very good. I will give them that. So, but if you can stop Josh Jacobs for most of the game and Devonte Adams, they really have nothing really on you. Really, you have nothing to really. I mean, the Raiders have nothing. They only have to rely on Jacoby Myers and Hunter Renfro and Michael Mayer, which I really don't think it's really going to work out for the Raiders. So for basically to generate pressure, to basically, I think the turnovers will be there. But the question is, for the offense, can they take advantage of the turnovers the defense gives you? That is the question that I want to see from the Vikings offense as a whole. Anyways, so basically this is basically a must-win game. I know it sounds cliche and all that stuff, but really the next 5 games, they are it. This is what determines the Vikings season going into the playoffs or not. So you basically have to win at least 4 games, 4 or more. So my score prediction for the Vikings and the Raiders, I say the Vikings do get the win, but overall, I think it might be maybe a defensive slugfest. I don't really know. But I'm going to say the Vikings, they do get the win. 24-16, I say, is my score prediction. That's my prediction. So thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Skull.